Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Tuesday. We got 16 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And if you guys like betting on MLB player props, you already know, go ahead and sign up with Parlay Play. Get free entries when you guys sign up, so go ahead and hop in there and take advantage. And yeah, we'll hop in it today. Pretty big slate today, 16 matchups. Starting with the San Diego Padres versus the Cleveland Guardians. Padres opening up as road favorites at minus 145. Cleveland plus 125 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Padres is Mike Clevinger with an ERA of 0. He's making his debut for the season. Pitching for the Guardians is Zach Plesac with an ERA of 3.80. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Padres 5-1 in their last 6. Cleveland on a 3-game winning streak, coming off that 3-game sweep against Oakland. Padres 5-1 in their last 6, playing pretty well. Both teams playing pretty well in the last few games. Cleveland, they are just 3-7 in their last 10, where they have been, they've been struggling here. Looked good in that Oakland series. Not sure if I trust Clevinger on the mound, making his debut. Looked pretty solid in his last few starts. He did play in 2020, so it's been a while. I'm going to take the Guardians plus 1.5 at home. Not in love with Clevinger on the mound, and I'm going to take the Guardians run line at home. Next matchup, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Miami Marlins. Miami opening up as a home favorite at minus 139. Arizona minus 105 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Diamondbacks is Humberto Castellanos with an ERA of 5.79. His last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 5 runs, and had 0 strikeouts. Pitching for the Marlins is Trevor Rogers with an ERA of 5.09. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 4 strikeouts. Arizona coming off that 5-4 win against Miami yesterday. Looked pretty good in that matchup. Miami on a 2-game losing streak. Arizona, they are 1-5 on the road against Miami. Miami 5-1 at home against Arizona. Arizona 3-1 in their last 4, playing pretty well. Not a pretty even pitching matchup here. Both pitchers pretty much pitching about the same. I'm gonna take Arizona plus 1.5 on the road. Arizona's been playing pretty solid, was able to hit the ball pretty well yesterday. We'll take the Diamondbacks plus 1.5. Next matchup, we have the Texas Rangers versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at minus 175. The Rangers plus 140 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Rangers is Glenn Otto with an ERA of 2.89. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Phillies is Ranger Suarez with an ERA of 4.42. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. The Rangers on a 2-game winning streak, coming off 2 wins against Atlanta. Phillies coming off that 10-6 loss against the Mets. Didn't play that well in that Mets series. Texas, they're 5-0 against the Phillies right now. Phillies are 5-1 at home against the Rangers. I'm not sure if I'm in love with paying minus 175 for the Phillies. I just think it's too expensive. And the Rangers, they've been good against Phillies. I think there's good money, good value with the Rangers. I do like Glenn Otto on the mound. He's been actually pretty solid for the Rangers here. I'm going to take the Rangers plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Minnesota Twins versus the Baltimore Orioles. Twins opening up as road favorites at minus 158. Baltimore plus 148 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Twins is Joe Ryan with an ERA of 1.17. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 9 strikeouts. Pitching for the Orioles is Bruce Zimmerman with an ERA of 0.93. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. And Minnesota on a 3-game winning streak. They're 9-1 in their last 10, winning 2-1 yesterday against the Orioles. Baltimore just 4-6 in their last 10 where they have struggled. Minnesota 17-2 against Baltimore. They've been dominant against the Orioles. Yeah, I like the Twins on the road. I do like Joe Ryan on the mound. He's been really solid. On a nice win streak, playing good baseball. I'm taking the Twins on the road. Next matchup, we have the New York Yankees versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as a home favorite at minus 135. The Yankees plus 115 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Yankees is Jamison Tylon with an ERA of 3.26. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Alek Manoah with an ERA of 1.44. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 7 strikeouts. Yeah, Yankees winning yesterday's matchup 3-2. They're on a 10-game winning streak. 6-1 on the road against Toronto. Yeah, Yankees just have so much momentum right now. They're playing such good baseball. I know Alek Manoah's been really good here, but hard to fade the Yankees. They've just been playing so well. I know they're due for a loss at any time. Until that happens, man, riding with the Yankees. Tylon's been pretty decent on the mound as well. It was a close matchup yesterday. I'm sure it'll probably be another close one again today. I'm going to take the Yankees plus 1.5 on the road. And then at plus 125 on a 10-game winning streak. I think that's an intriguing play as well. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Angels versus the Boston Red Sox. Angels opening up as road favorites at minus 125. Boston plus 105 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Angels is Noah Syndergaard with an ERA of 2.12. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 6 strikeouts. Pitching for the Red Sox is Michael Wacha with an ERA of 1.77. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 5 strikeouts. Angels coming off that White Sox loss yesterday, 3-0. Boston on a 2-game losing streak. Didn't play that well in that Baltimore series. They've kind of struggled, 3-7 in their last 10. Boston, they are 7-3 at home against the Angels. Angels 6-13 against Boston. They have struggled against the Red Sox. Pretty even matchup here. Both pitchers playing very well. I'm going to take the Red Sox plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Detroit Tigers. Detroit opening up as home favorites at minus 145. Pittsburgh plus 125 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Pirates is Bryce Wilson with an ERA of 4.70. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for Detroit is Michael Pineda with an ERA of 3.60. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. Yeah, both teams playing pretty poorly here. Pitt 1-5 in their last 6. Detroit 1-7 in their last 8. Yeah, both teams playing pretty bad. Pitt 8-1 on the road against Detroit, 4-2 against Detroit. So they have been playing very well against Detroit here. I'm going to take the Pirates plus 1.5 on the road. Both teams struggling. Not much of a pitching advantage at all. I'll take the Pirates plus 1.5. Next matchup, we have the Chicago White Sox versus the Chicago Cubs. The White Sox opening up as road favorites at minus 143. The Cubs plus 133 with the over-under at 8. The last pitching for the White Sox is Michael Kopech with an ERA of 1.42. His last start he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Cubs is Drew Smyly with an ERA of 2.79. His last start he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs and had 4 strikeouts. White Sox just 3-7 in their last 10. Are coming off some wins against LA where they looked all right in that series. Chicago 3-7 in their last 10. Both teams don't look good at all. The White Sox 0-6 on the road right now. I'm going to take a shot at the Cubs plus 1.5 at home. Both teams struggling. Not too much of a pitching advantage here. I'm going to take the Cubs plus 1.5. Next matchup, we have the Cincinnati Reds versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at minus 270. Cincinnati plus 220 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Reds is Tyler Mahle with an ERA of 5.24. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Brewers is Brandon Woodruff with an ERA of 5.30. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs and had 6 strikeouts. The Reds 1-9 in their last 10. I mean, they've been horrible on a 6-game losing streak. Brewers 7-3 in their last 10. Cincinnati 0-10 on the road where they've been horrible. Yeah, we're taking the Brewers at home. Not much confidence in the Reds. They are horrible, and I don't want any part of them. Taking the Brewers at home. Next matchup, we have the Seattle Mariners versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as a home favorite at minus 150. Seattle plus 130 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Mariners is Chris Flexen with an ERA of 3.38. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Astros is Christian Javier with an ERA of 1.35. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Yes, Seattle coming off a 3-0 loss against Houston yesterday. They're 1-5 in their last 6. Houston 5-2 in their last 7, playing pretty decent here. Seattle 1-4 on the road right now, where they've been struggling a bit. I'm gonna take the Astros at home. It looked good yesterday. Christian Javier has been really good on the mound. I'm taking Houston at home. Next matchup, we have the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Kansas City Royals. Cardinals opening up as a road favorite at minus 115. Kansas City minus 105 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Cardinals is Dakota Hudson with an ERA of 2.75. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Royals is Brad Keller with an ERA of 2.19. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run and had 3 strikeouts. Yeah, St. Louis on a 2-game winning streak, beating Kansas City 1-0 yesterday. Not much of a hitting day for either team in that matchup. Kansas City on a 4-game losing streak where they have been struggling. St. Louis 5-0 against Kansas City, 12-2 on the road against Kansas City. Yeah, I'm going to lean with the Cardinals on the road. Royals just didn't get much done yesterday at all. And, they haven't looked that good in their last few games. I'm going to take the Cardinals on the road. All right, next matchup, we have the Washington Nationals versus the Colorado Rockies. Colorado opening up as a home favorite at -155. Washington +130 with the over-under at 10.5. Pitching for the Nationals is Eric Fedde with an ERA of 6.0. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rockies is Yerman Marquez with an ERA of 5.57. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 1 strikeout. Washington 2-8 in their last 10. Colorado on a 3-game winning streak. Looked good against the Reds. Both pitchers giving up a lot of runs here. I think the over is looking like a pretty good play here. Colorado 5-1 at home. The Nationals, they've been horrible. Colorado, they've actually been, they've been all right. They didn't look good in that Phillies series, but they've been playing pretty well here. I'm going to take the Rockies at home. Next matchup, we have the San Francisco Giants versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -138. The Giants +128 with the over-under at 6.5. Pitching for the Giants is Carlos Rodon with an ERA of 1.17. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 9 strikeouts. Pitching for the Dodgers is Julio Urias with an ERA of 2.50. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 4 strikeouts. Giants 1-3 in their last 4. They've kind of struggled in that Washington series. Dodgers 2-3 in their last 5. San Francisco, they are 5-1 on the road, 4-2 on the road against the Dodgers. Pretty even matchup here. I do like Carlos Rodon on the mound, been pretty solid. Both teams haven't really been all that hot, to be honest. I'm going to take a chance on the Giants +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Oakland Athletics. Tampa, honestly, I'm not finding much info on this game, to be honest. It is a later game. I do see no line on this game currently. Very kind of sketchy. Maybe this game won't be played. I honestly have no idea, but I can't find any info on it, except for some pitchers. Looks like Ryan Yarbrough will start for Tampa Bay, and then pitching for Oakland is Paul Blackburn with an ERA of 1.35. Tampa Bay looked good yesterday, 6-1 against Oakland. Played pretty well. Oakland on a 4-game losing streak where they've been struggling. Oakland 1-6 at home. Haven't looked that good at home here. Can't find the lines. I'm just going to assume the Rays will be a favorite again with how they looked yesterday and how they've been and how the Oakland's been struggling. I'm going to take the Rays on the road. Just be sure to check that information again when it does get released. I'm sure it'll probably get released here before noon, I would imagine, maybe sometime later in the morning. So be sure to check that. But we're going to roll with Tampa Bay on the road. And then the last 2 matchups, we have a doubleheader between the Atlanta Braves and the New York Mets. Can't find any lines on the doubleheader. I can only find the pitchers because that's usually how it goes for doubleheaders. In game 1, it looks like Charlie Morton is pitching for Atlanta. He's got an ERA of 7. And then pitching for the Mets is Carlos Carrasco with an ERA of 4.09. Atlanta looked good yesterday against the Mets, winning 5-2. They are 4-1 against the Mets, 6-3 on the road against the Mets. Charlie Morton, his last 3 games, he's given up 3, 4, and 5 runs. Hasn't been that great on the mound, giving up a lot of runs. Carrasco coming off a game where he gave up 7 runs. I'm staying away from the doubleheader. I just don't like doubleheaders. I don't know. They scare me. Can't find the line, so we'll see what happens here. I'm going to take whoever the underdog is. I feel like the Braves will probably be the underdog. I'm going to take the Braves plus 1.5 on the road in game one. They play really well against the Mets. The Mets struggle against Atlanta for some reason. I'm going to take the Braves plus 1.5 in game one. And then in game two, we have pitching for the Braves is Kyle Wright with an ERA of 1.12. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 8 strikeouts. Pitching for the Mets is David Peterson with an ERA of 0.64. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 3 strikeouts. Game two, pretty even matchup here. Both pitchers playing very well. Honestly, whoever the underdog is in this game, I'm taking the underdog. So be sure to check that out. Game two, man, people are tired, you would hope. And could be a low-scoring game. The under could be an intriguing play. Both pitchers not giving up many runs at all. We'll take whichever team ends up being the underdog for game two on the run line. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Tuesday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Wednesday. Have a good one.